What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to do a little unboxing of the Sonic Adventure 2 10th anniversary birthday pack, which only released in Japan for 2 days. And this is something that I wanted to own because I've said it a million times on this channel. I talk about it all the time, any chance I get. Sonic Adventure 2 is the best game of all time for me, and it's just my favorite. So I wanted to own something by it. And this is what I ended up getting. I got it on eBay in a bidding war, and it's in really good condition as well. So I just wanted to talk about it and do an unboxing. So I think this box is absolutely iconic. I mean, the artwork on this box is just beautiful, and it's obviously the artwork that you see in game as well. But I genuinely think that this is the best Sonic artwork ever. I just don't think that artwork for Sonic can get better than this. You can see the personalities brimming off of these characters. You can see Sonic's cool poses. You can see the way, just looking at him, you can tell his attitude. Same with Knuckles, Shadow, Tails, Amy, Rouge, Eggman. Like, you can just get a very good glimpse of what these guys look like, and what they probably are like. I mean, Shadow is serious, a little more sinister. Knuckles also looks a little serious as well. Rouge looks pretty smug. Sonic looks a little arrogant. Tails looks friendly. Amy also looks friendly. Even the Chow have personality as well, along with Eggman being sinister. So yeah, I love this box as well. I really think it's a great box. One of the things that I noticed about this box too, by the way, so Sonic has his soap shoes here, which is, the shoes that he wears in game. In my opinion, these are the best shoes he's ever had. Although granted, I think these are the only other pair of shoes he's ever worn. I don't think he's ever worn shoes other than this, except for maybe in like TV shows and stuff. But, the soap shoes are iconic. I love them. So you see the soap shoes here. Obviously, Sega struck that partnership with Soap to make these shoes for the game midway through the game's development. But before they struck that partnership, they were going to use the hot dog shoes. And that's what you see right here. These are the hot dog shoes that they were absolutely going to use before they struck the deal with Soap to use the soap shoes. And so it's interesting to see like both of them represented on this box, because these hot dog shoes never actually released in the game. There's no version of the game unless somebody has like an old build of it. Maybe Sega does that has those hot dog shoes. It's just the soap shoes, and it's really cool to see that they represented both. But this was right here that you can see right here. This is the big reason why they partnered with Soap, because these were rail grinding shoes, and the biggest feature of Sonic Adventure 2 was rail grinding. So that's really cool to see that both are represented. And this box is absolutely fantastic, and it's in great condition. So this comes with the game as well, or with the box, I should say. Now, I can't read this, obviously, because it's in Japanese, but I'm guessing this is for the Dreamcast. It's for the modem, so a lot of younger people might not realize. But back in the day, you had dial-up internet, and you actually needed a code to use dial-up internet, and I believe this is that code. This was to allow you to actually connect to the dial-up and actually use the internet. That it's such a relic of the past. Like, nobody uses it anymore, and I don't even think it exists anymore in today's era with Wi-Fi. But this was basically how you got on the internet back in the day, and it's actually kind of like jarring to see that, because I still remember it fairly well. Dial-up was something that I grew up with. It was like the first internet that I grew up with until they ended up changing to Wi-Fi. Okay, so now we have the commemorative box, which this box comes with a lot of goodies. It's a pretty beautiful box. Let me just get a better look at this. It's a pretty beautiful box. It's deep blue. It says Sonic the Hedgehog 10th anniversary, and then you have the nice, beautiful logo on it, which is, I think, amazing. And just kind of, I really wish I was old enough to experience this game. When I was, because I played it as a kid a lot back in 2001, first 10th anniversary. But I wish I was old enough to buy this and just understand the gravity of the situation. But anyway, so this is what is inside it. So it's a 3-thing box. You can see here, before I open the rest of it, this is every single game that Sonic made to that point. And you guys are going to see the Mega Drive and Game Gear. I'm pretty sure that's just the Genesis. I think the Game Gear is literally just the Genesis. So there you go. But all these games, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic CD, Spinball, Sonic and Tails, it's all represented here, which is really cool. They even got all of the side games here too, like Chaotix and Sonic Drift 2. So that's pretty cool. They basically go all the way through the history of Sonic. And then here you go. So this is the inside of the box. We'll start with this CD. This CD is really cool. It is basically the soundtrack for Sonic, all of the soundtracks, and probably some other hidden goodies. I actually have to get a DVD player to see if there's anything else on that CD as well. But it's pretty cool. You can see Sonic's logo right here, the original logo, which is kind of his fatter version, where he has, the big stomach, the puffy chest, and, obviously the iconic pose since 1991. Happy birthday, Sonic. It's really cool, Sonic Team. And then on this side, you can see the Adventure 2, classic logo, which has the soap shoes as well. And then the 10th anniversary Sonic logo, so that's pretty cool. This right here is a commemorative coin, which I'm going to take out right now. This is really, really cool. I'm actually very happy to have this. This is a 10th anniversary happy birthday Sonic coin. It's a little gold coin. Obviously, it's not real gold, but, it's really cool. So it says 23rd of June, right? And it says right here at the bottom, it's going to be hard to read, but I'll tell you what it says. It says 1991, 2001, future. And that's really cool. It also says it right here, too. 1991, 2001, future. So this is the coin. It's really, really beautiful. It's two sides as well, and it's just amazing. Now, I want to talk about the statement that is said here. So it says 1991, 2001, future. I love this statement. This is such a powerful statement, in my opinion, because, right now, I'm in the future. Like, I used to play this game in 2001 on the GameCube. It was absolutely incredible. I played it in 2003 on the GameCube. Around that time, because I believe it was still on the Dreamcast in 2001. But I used to play this game back then, though, basically, right? Like, I was there playing this game. And the fact that, it's been so many years now, right? Over 10 years, and we're here in the future. It's kind of interesting. It just makes this feel like a time capsule, like this is a time capsule. This is something that is going to last forever. At least forever for me. I mean, it just, I don't know. That line just kind of hits me really hard. It's like, 1991, 2001 to forever. And that's just a really, really cool statement. I'm glad that they put that in there. And then this is the little booklet that comes in this, bookcase. So you can kind of make out the logo. I'm trying to you can kind of make it out right there. It's basically the same logo that you've seen. Inside of it, it takes you through the history of Sonic. So it says, what's up? And then it's going to take you through the history of Sonic. First, it's going to say happy birthday, which is really cool. This is amazing artwork, by the way. You see the cake has the inside of the cake right here has the little Green Hill Zone stuff. And then you see the Adventure 2 style stuff. And it's happy birthday, Sonic. Sonic's birthday is obviously June 23rd. And yeah, it takes you through the history of Sonic the Hedgehog. You can see it just takes you through the background of them making Sonic the Hedgehog. And then it takes you through all the games over the years for the Sega Genesis, or the Game Gear as it was called in Japan. There's some cool little artwork here as well. I guess this is like concept art of what they were basically thinking of when they were creating the game. And then you can see the logo in the background, which is really, really cool. 1994 through 1996, which is Sonic Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and 3 and all those good games before Sonic went 3D. It's really awesome to see here. And then you have the games, right, like Sonic Sonic 3 and Knuckles and all that good stuff. And then, let's try and get this to turn. Boom. Now we head into the adventure era, and this is Sonic Adventure. When he took his big leap to 3D, it didn't actually work out too well. It was, they'll even tell you here, it says, In 1997, saw the release of the long-awaited Sega Saturn version of Sonic. In some parts of the game, Sonic emerged as a fully polygon figure, which didn't really work out well. And in 1998, about the same time the Dreamcast was launched, an even cooler Sonic was created, welcomed by thrilled game fans all over the world with rapture and applause. Sonic's speed, much faster than it was when it first appeared in the TV game world, and image exhilaration seemed to come alive in a super realistic 3D graphic world. As the birth of Sonic marks the 10th anniversary in 2001, it still continues to shine as one of the most adored characters in the 21st century game world by everyone from children to adult. And boom, that is the new look for Sonic the Hedgehog. And, it's just the most iconic look for Sonic the Hedgehog. People to this day still use that look for artwork. And then on this side, you can see all of the games from 97 all the way to the Adventure series and what currently was the present time, right? So 2001 is the Dreamcast release of Sonic Adventure 2. Again, I just absolutely love this art. It's so amazing. And then Future, which again, it just kind of hits me hard. It's like, yeah, Sonic is forever, Whenever you decided to join this franchise, it's, before you know it, you'll be looking back at games like this as well. And then, yeah, they go through some of the accolades here, which is interesting. So Sonic songs are produced in 1991. Sonic in 1993 gets a cartoon series in the United States. Sonic gets the third most popular character in America title in 93 as well. Sonic appears in a McDonald's thing, which I believe this was for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I believe the McDonald's partnership was for that. Or maybe it was just Sonic 3. I actually forget which one it was. And yeah, Sonic is preserved in the British National Film and Television Archive, which is really cool. And then, yeah, this is the Happy Meal that you would get if you actually ordered a Happy Meal at McDonald's. And it's hilarious because look at Knuckles' face. Like, that's just awful. But it's also cool. I wonder if anybody actually still has that. Probably worth a lot. And then, yeah, this is Sonic Episode 1. This is actually Sonic's bio for, like, his origin story that was never actually released. So this is a origin story that they came up with, but it's not actually a canon origin story. I believe this is just the first one that they came up with, which is really cool. I guess we can read it really quickly. There are 3 Sonic episodes which were talked about since the initial stage of its development, evolving in 3 different worlds. One of them, the fairy tale version, is introduced below. Mary Granite is a well-known fairy tale writer during the 20th century, but only a few people know that her husband was a pilot at the Air Force. Her husband's hair was always sharp-ended and straight because of his helmet, so Mary told him teasingly, "Your hair looks just like a hedgehog." There was a daughter between them named Sherry, but most of the time, her father was flying in the air, so she had very few chances to meet with her father. Not to make her daughter feel lonely, Mary used to let Sherry hear a fairy tale which is about Sonic the Hedgehog who runs faster than sound. As time goes by, the world of this fairy tale has spread rapidly. An adventure at the world of wonder, a mystic jungle, a stormy ocean, an ancient city, a lost continent. Sonic's activity is pushed forward. Wherever Sonic finds the bad guy, he immediately appears by his boastful speed to help people. Story of the Hedgehog, who has a mind of justice, wisdom, and courage, has eased her loneliness very well. Sherry was especially pleased about the story of the love between Sonic and his girlfriend, because her mother seems to be very young and beautiful. When her story comes to the point later on, Sherry will realize that her mother's fairy tale was a true story. So there you go. That is a little background on one of what was being considered the origin story for Sonic, which is really interesting. And I think that is, I'm glad that they include that stuff in there, and they even still have that stuff. So this is all of the Sonic goods from all the years. These are, like food and shoes and toys and all that stuff. You can see some, markers and all that. It's pretty cool. Sonic definitely has had some interesting merchandise and collaborations over the years. So, there's that. And then we get to the last page, which has Sonic's original designs for both the Adventure and the original. So right here at the bottom, you can see the Adventure. My dog is going crazy. Oliver. Thank you. So right here you see the Adventure art, and then you also see the original art right here. So it's pretty cool. I mean, I think the designs for Sonic look sometimes a little better when it's drawn before it's actually like animated and stuff. I just think the artwork itself looks better sometimes. And right here, you can just see like this artwork looks really cool. This is something I would actually love to try and draw. And then here we go. The last page, Sonic still goes on evolving, and this is basically a hint at what's to come in the future. Yeah, what came in the future would end up being like Sonic Heroes, Sonic Riders, Sonic 06, and we kind of know how that story goes. But it's also a little reference to Pokemon, as you know, it's it's evolving, and then it has the silhouette, and then this is the back. Happy birthday, Sonic, from the Sega Sonic team. So there you go. That is the booklet, and then lastly, we have the CD with the original Dreamcast. Now, this is a really cool CD. I know they don't make a lot of CDs anymore because, everything's all digital, but this is a really cool CD. You can see right here that this is probably one of the more cooler looking ones that you'll see. I mean, there is no like Sonic Adventure 2 logo or anything. It's just the characters, and they take up the entire thing. You can see Sonic and Tails in here. Rouge, the Chow, Knuckles, Amy. Tails is also right here, so this is kind of like a foldable thing. And it's just really cool. This is the back side of the CD as well, with the same thing that you saw in the box art, which is on the back, just a tease of what's to come in the game. And then SonicTeam.com, SegaJapan.com. So that's pretty cool. So let's open this up and see what we got here. It's also pretty interesting, the CD case, and you'll see in a second. So this is the CD case. I think, first of all, I just want to start with the disc, because the disc is like the big thing that jumps out right here. So the disc, this is, an interesting style for the disc, because you see the giant logo, and then you see a tag in Japanese, which I have no idea what it says. And then you see the Sonic Team 10th anniversary, the Dreamcast, all that good stuff. But the black and white is actually a really good choice here, because it's kind of like a double meaning. So, the black and white helps, obviously, the CD pop a little bit and the logo pop. But it's also kind of like yin and yang, which is the theme of this game. And I made a video about this. And, the theme of Sonic Adventure 2 is yin and yang, good and evil. And if you look at the logo right here, Sonic and then Shadow, and it's kind of this yin and yang effect. And I think they did that on purpose. I could be reading too much into that, but I feel like they chose the black and white on purpose because it was a yin and yang type thing. And it really works well for the CD. So now we have some little collectibles here, which this ends up being so I believe this is a promotional ticket, or not a ticket, but just like a promotional flyer. It's really cool artwork. The artwork is a little different. I don't know if, let's see if it can clear up. You can see here, the artwork is a little different because this artwork specifically looks like it was done with a pen or a pencil. Like colored pencils. So it comes out a little differently as you're used to seeing, but it's also really cool. It's all in Japanese. This is also really cool. I actually love this a lot. So right here you can see, again, I have no idea what it means. It kind of looks like it's a partnership with SoftBank, or I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Actually, this could be advertisement for something else. Okay, yeah, So this is advertisement for something else. So if you are into, DC comics or Marvel comics, a lot of times inside the comic book, they'll have an advertisement for other comic books. And this is what this is. So these are obviously Sega Dreamcast games that are being advertised through this collection. And you can see right here, this is basically an ad for other stuff. But the artwork is amazing. I love the little blue spikes that are coming behind the logo. And obviously Sonic looks good, and the logo looks good, and the little Chow. And there's a website that you can visit as well, GameSpot, which is interesting. That's GameSpot. I wonder if that's a GameSpot that still exists today. And this is a ticket. This is definitely a ticket. So this is a ticket. I'm not sure what it's for. Maybe there was an event or something, or a ticket for the Dreamcast. I really don't know what it's for, but it is a ticket. It's 1 to 2 players. So I really have no idea what it's for, but it definitely looks like a ticket, and it's for the Dreamcast. Maybe it was a ticket, maybe, let me see what this says. I have no idea. Maybe it's a ticket for something. I have no idea. And then you have this, which is Sonic Adventure 2, 300 points. So I guess buying this, and you can see, I guess this is for the internet, right? But I think buying this was some type of credit. Now, I could be wrong about that, but it looks like buying this gave you 300 points credit in Sonic Adventure 2. So I'm guessing like Dreamcast had some type of, thing where it's like if you buy a game you collect points, and if you collect points you can redeem stuff. That's just what I'm getting. Dream Point Bank is what it says, so I'm guessing this is what it was. Like you could just go online, redeem stuff, or maybe you can go into a store and redeem stuff with the Dream Point Bank. I'm not sure if this is actually the case, but that's definitely what it seems like it's hinting at, so that's pretty cool as well. You can see it on the back here, so and they even had a telephone number as well, so there you go. And then we have what usually comes with every, at least old school stuff, which is the booklet, which this is definitely going to tell us how to play the game. But first, it's going to show us this sick cover again, which, by the way, I love it. You see the planet. This is my favorite cover, like, of all time. So you see Sonic, Shadow, you see the logo. In the logo, you see the little stars as well, which is awesome. The logo is very cool. You see the planet Earth, and then you see just this, like, it's just so amazing. I mean, I've said so much about it, but... And this is the game. So the character, the controls, this is really cool about Chow, the VM minigame as well. So, we'll just kind of take a quick look at this. Oh my gosh, wow, how beautiful is that? Again, for the 1 trillionth time, in case you don't know, this artwork is incredible. But yeah, so you get some character bios: Sonic the Hedgehog, Shadow the Hedgehog, which this is all in Japanese, so I can't read it, Tails and Knuckles. I'm sorry, Tails and Eggman. I was actually kind of expecting Knuckles to be there, but this makes sense though, because these are both the 3D shooter games, right? These are both the third-person shooters, I should say. So it makes sense that you'd bunch them together. And then Knuckles and Rouge, they obviously also are the treasure hunters, and they are the ones who have the similar gameplay mechanics. They can dig, they can swim, they can glide. And then here you have the Dreamcast controller, which is really cool. It's kind of a throwback because this controller was a very interesting controller. It was a massive controller. I think it was probably their best controller that Sega ever made, personally. But it definitely was a massive, it's right now it's like a massive nostalgia thing. So and then you have some of the stages being showcased, like the Hint Chow, and then you have some of the cool equipment. So this is really cool. Right, what you see here is the light dash shoes, which you press B and you can light dash on a bunch of rings. This is the bounce bracelet. For Shadow, you have his hover boots. I believe this thing on the right is Chaos Control, or maybe his light speed boots as well. You have the spin dash, which you can hold and release, and the spin dash will take you flying, and then you can jump on the rail and you can grind as well. So this is just really cool. And then in the background you see Shadow and then Sonic, so it's really cool. And then you have Eggman. So this basically just breaks down all the shooting mechanics and the hover gliding and stuff like that. But again, I love the artwork in the background. I just love how exaggerated they are. And same thing goes for Rouge and Amy. I am really botching these characters. I just kind of like have these names in my head. But Rouge and Knuckles. It's always Knuckles too. I'm always messing his thing up. And then this is just, the start of the game, the menu and stuff, all the selections that it takes you through, and 1 player and 2 player. This is really cool artwork, so I want to show this. So what you see right here is the start menu for the hero side, which you see Sonic in the clouds in the artwork, which is really cool. Or if you flip this book upside down, you see Shadow in the stars at night, which is what this is supposed to be. And this is truly just incredible. The fact that, you can tell they put so much love into this book, because this is Sonic in the clouds, Shadow in the stars. It's just so amazing. I mean, they put a lot of love even to this directional book, which I just love a lot. And so there you go. These are all the characters as well. You can see some of the breakdowns for their stages and stuff. And these are basically the 6 characters that you will be using throughout this game and throughout the story. This is the dark team. This is the light team, the good team. And then you see some of the items in game, the checkpoint, the rings, the Hint Chow, Knuckles' metal gloves, So, that's pretty cool. And then, the little robot pieces, the cores. These are some of the items as well. The dash shoes, which you collect that and you run faster. The superstar, the shield bubble, the bomb, the 1-up health, and an electric shield that collects rings. And then there's Amy Rose, who has a guest feature in this game. She's not a playable character, unless you do the racing portion. Then she is a playable character. But actually, she ends up being a playable character in the battle mode, I believe. So yeah, so she does make a guest appearance. In this version of the game, she's not a playable character in like the main story campaign, but she does make a guest appearance. And then this is really, really cool. So everybody who plays Sonic Adventure 2 knows the story of Maria Robotnik and Gerald Robotnik. Obviously, Gerald created Project Shadow, and Maria ended up befriending Shadow, and then she ends up dying tragically because Gunn tries to shut down what Gerald Robotnik's doing, and Shadow is supposed to protect the Earth, but Gerald Robotnik changes his mind and then wants the Earth destroyed to avenge Maria after he is executed. And then you see the stages and stuff. This is nothing crazy. It's just the stages, even the kart racing. It's kind of insane to think about the amount of content in this game at the time. You can see the 1 to 2 player racing, and then you can also see all the other stuff like hunting, and you can pick the random selection as well. And then this is just stuff for the Dreamcast itself. So this is I actually don't know what this means at all. But this is just how you would like play 1 to 2 player and stuff. The Dreamcast, the middle portion of it, you could actually, I guess, use that as a controller as well, which is really cool. Can't really do that for any other console. And then yeah, this is just more about the selections and modes, and it's very cool stuff. I mean, this entire booklet, truthfully, is just well done in my opinion. I wish I could read it, to see if there was anything else that was like interesting in there, but I can't read it. There's a little Amy Rose, and then this is explaining the Chow Garden, which you have Chow Karate, you have Chow Swimming and Racing, and then you have, obviously, you can raise them into an Angel Chow, a Dark Chow, or just keep them a regular Chow, and you can put them in kindergarten. You can feed them. It's basically online Neopets. I said that before in a video as well. It's basically a Neopets thing. You can take them in school and to the doctor and stuff, so that's pretty cool. And then this is the end of the booklet. Basically, there's the mini game, of course, which is the karate and stuff like that. Ooh, this is interesting. This is Chow Adventure 2. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if that was like supposed to release or something, or if that's just a little joke. But Chow Adventure 2, I love that game. And then this is the final 2-page spread of the book. You can see Sonic rail grinding, and that's just kind of like the way they end the book, and then they show you, I guess, the websites to look for, like Sega.com, and then this is the end of the book. So yeah, that is the unboxing for Sonic Adventure 2's 10th anniversary birthday pack. Sorry the video took so long. I really wanted to speed through it, but I also wanted to make sure that I got everything down pack. And yeah, this is it. I think I'm very happy with this purchase. I think that this is something that I'm going to keep forever, and it's going to be cool to look back on when I just kind of think about this collection and think about this game. I usually think about this game